Liar, you disgust me. Get out of my sight. I don't want to see your face anymore.
Huh? What's this suddenly, Vivian? Did something happen? But today's a day to celebrate.
Shut up, liar. Go home. Don't come to my wedding today.
What? Hold on, Vivian. What do you mean go home? But I just got here with James and his family. Did something happen?
Don't act like you don't know, you fraud. You were lying this whole time, right?
What are you talking about? Just calm down, will you? I won't be able to understand you if you don't tell me what's happened first, daughter.
Stop pretending to be my father. You're not my actual father, right? I heard everything about it.
Well, it's true that I'm only your stepfather, but what do you mean you heard everything about it?
I know why you and Mom got married. You disgust me. To think that you were the kind of scum that would cheat. I don't want you to come to my wedding anymore.
What? What do you mean cheat? Me? I've never done such a thing in my life.
Don't act dumb with me. You cheated with Mom, right?
What? With Alexandra? What do you mean I cheated with my wife?
While me and my brother were living with our real father, you stole our mom away from Dad. That's when our real parents got divorced and Mom got custody of us and then married you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Just because our real dad got sick and couldn't work anymore, Mom threw him aside and went with you instead. You two never even paid him an alimony. Disgusting.
Hold on. I have no idea what you're talking about. None of what you're saying is true.
I said don't act dumb with me. I already heard everything.
Who did you hear this from then?
My real dad, of course.
Huh?
My dad, who I'm actually related to by blood. He visited me around 2 months ago. He said he was looking for us all this time because you and Mom basically abducted us from him several years ago.
It's a lie. Don't believe what he says. What he's saying is impossible.
It's not a lie. Dad told me everything about it, and about how Mom cheated on him with you, and how you two abducted us from him, and about how hard life was for him after that. He's been wanting to meet us all this time. To think that you hid all of this up until now and pretended to be our father. You're trash.
Hold on, Vivian. Listen to what I have to say first. First of all, me and your mom didn't meet while she was married. We did nothing shameful like that.
You're still going to make excuses? My real dad told me he's been keeping this quiet because he didn't want to hurt me, but he said he couldn't stand anyone like you ruining my wedding. He told me all this really kindly back there. All you think about is yourself, right?
That's not true. Listen to me, please.
I don't want to listen to a word you say. I'm going to invite my real dad to the wedding, not you. Just leave, will you? I don't want to call a woman that would cheat on my mother anymore, and you're not even related to me in the first place. Not once did I consider you my father.
Oh, I see. Fine. I get it. I'll go home. I don't care what you call me anymore, but I won't forgive you for insulting your mother like that. I won't come to the wedding and go home. That's what you want, right?
I'm cutting ties with you, by the way. Don't show yourself to me ever again.
Hey, Vivian, what are you thinking kicking Dad out like that? He tried to look calm, but he was clearly furious. I mean, I don't blame him for being mad. What do you mean Dad stole Mom from our previous dad? Are you really that dumb to believe such a thing?
You're going to say that as well? Open your eyes. We were being fooled by that fraud all these years.
You're the one who needs to open their eyes. Dad has supported us all these years, even after Mom died 15 years ago. He never even remarried. He did all that for us, even though we weren't his real children. But this random dude comes out of nowhere spreading lies? And you just believe what he says and call Dad a fraud? How ungrateful are you?
He's not lying. He knew things from when we were young. He's our real dad. Of course I'm going to believe him.
I, for one, am going to believe our dad who raised us for 15 years and not some random dude that came out of nowhere.
He probably only raised us because he had some sort of agenda of his own. Like, maybe he wanted us to look after him when he's old. That's the only reason he didn't leave us. He even looked at me sometimes with perverted eyes. It must have something to do with that as well.
You really are trash, huh? Fine, I get it now. I'll take care of Dad when he gets old. You go with this random guy of yours. I'll go with Dad to the station. Hold on, I think I'm going to go home as well. I don't want to have to sit with some stranger you invited. I have a wife and child, so I don't want to be involved in this shady business.
What? You're going home?
Why would I go to the wedding of a piece of trash like you?
Hold on. I asked your kids to be the ones to hand me the ring and the flowers.
I don't know. It's not my problem. You're not my sister anymore.
Huh? Why? Fine. I don't care anymore as well. I won't let you meet our dad anymore, even if you beg me. Hey, answer the phone. Help me. Come back to the wedding.
What is it? I'm already home. You're supposed to be at your wedding reception, right? Do you have the time to be contacting me like this?
There are bigger problems right now. I need help. This is an absolute mess.
Did something happen?
Dad drank some alcohol and is now having a rampage. He was fine during the wedding ceremony, but he suddenly started going on a rampage and breaking things once he got drunk at the reception. He's breaking chairs and tables. Some of the staff tried to stop him, but no one could get near him. He's even injured several people. Not only that, but Dad brought with him this random woman saying she was my grandmother. I don't know whether she's mentally ill or something, but she pooed her pants in the middle of the room. This is a mess.
I see. That does sound like a mess.
Why are you saying that as if you have nothing to do with it? It's really a mess over here. All of my friends and colleagues left already. My fiancé and his parents are asking me what's going on, but I don't know what's going on either.
What do you mean, as if I had nothing to do with it? You cut ties with me, right? And so now I'm a stranger who has nothing to do with it.
What?
You told me that yourself, right? That I'm not your father?
Yeah, I did say that, but shouldn't you still help me at times like this?
Well, that seems awfully convenient. Do something about these relatives of yours yourself. I'm pretty sure that man isn't your dad, though, but he is your relative.
What?
You were too young at the time to remember, but you and James's real father died more than 20 years ago.
Huh? What do you mean?
James was 6 years old, and you were 2 years old at the time, I think. I heard from Alexandra that he died from a car accident. I visited his grave once before I married your mom, too. He's dead, without a doubt.
What? What are you talking about? There's no way what you're saying is true. Then who are those people that are making a mess at my wedding?
I had guessed as to who he might be prior, but I'm sure of it now. I think he's your real dad's brother and mother, which means that they're your uncle and grandmother. To think that he would call himself your father after what happened. What a heartless man.
Which means he's not actually my dad? What do you mean after what happened? What happened?
That man tried to marry Alexandra right after your father died. He was trying to get his hands on your father's inheritance. He didn't listen to what Alexandra said and even divorced his own wife at the time. Apparently, he even bought a sports car thinking he would be able to get your dad's inheritance. It's unbelievable, right? That money was supposed to be spent on you, James, and Alexandra's future.
No way. I can't believe this. He bought a sports car?
Alexandra and you children were able to get away thanks to the help of the wife he divorced, but he followed you for years after that. I heard that you guys had to move 2 times since he kept following you guys. Alexandra says she wasn't even able to visit her late husband's grave, and in the panic, even lost your dad's picture. She said those were tough times.
But...
Well, that's it. The man who's currently making a mess at your wedding is not your father, but your uncle, who your mother cut ties with. He didn't even marry Alexandra, but still he calls himself your father. I guess he intends on following you instead now. Your fiancé is the head of a university hospital, right? Getting rid of him is probably going to be really difficult.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm only guessing, but the two of them have a huge amount of debt. The loan he took for his sports car is still unpaid probably, and it seems he doesn't make much money either. Not only that, but his mother has Alzheimer's. Either he barely gets by, or he's already collapsed from the pressure. That's why he came to you and your husband, because he intends on making you pay for his debt. He'll probably be even more hard to get rid of this time since he won't let go of an opportunity like this when your husband is rich. He's careless with how he spends his money, so he's probably going to give you two a hard time. Make sure not to let your guard down around him.
Huh? Hold on. This can't be true. There's no way we can take care of the two of them. He's not even my real father.
But aren't you the one who believed what he said and allowed him to come to your wedding? You wouldn't even listen to a word I said, right? Whether you're going to take care of him or run away is your responsibility.
That's impossible. We can't run away now. I already told him where my fiancé's parents live, and he even knows the address of our new house. What should I do? Help me, Dad.
You said that I wasn't your dad, right? You said I was a fraud, and to never show myself in front of you again.
No, that was...
I mean, I'm not even related to you by blood. I'm a stranger to you, just like you said. So what if this man isn't actually your dad? He's your uncle, related to you by blood. Why not treat him like he was actually your father?
No, I don't want that. Please, Dad, help me. I was fooled as well. I didn't know that that's who he was. Help me, Dad. Do something about this.
Vivian, I raised you as if you were my real daughter. That was what I had told myself I would do when I married Alexandra, to treat you two like I was your real dad. But I'm only human as well. There's no way I wouldn't get mad or sad when the daughter I had raised up until now suddenly denies everything that I had done for her. And not only that, but insults my wife, her own mother, that I still love. Do you really think that I'm going to help you now just because you told me to? When you haven't even apologized?
That's not what I meant. I'm sorry, Dad. I made a misunderstanding. I was wrong. So forgive me.
It's not something that can just be forgiven like that. Sorry, but you're on your own. I don't want to have anything to do with those people as well. Even if I were to go straight to your wedding, I wouldn't be of much help anyways.
But...
If you ever have trouble shaking off those people, it's fine if you get me involved, but no matter what you do, don't involve your brother and his family. He has young children.
Hold on, Dad. Don't leave me.
That's up to you. Congratulations on your wedding. I'd be glad if you found happiness. After that, Vivian's uncle, who was rampaging in the wedding venue, was subdued by security. Both him and his mother were taken away by the police. Vivian deeply regretted making a mess of her own wedding and apologized to her fiancé and his family, and said that she would delay them getting married until she sorts out her business with her uncle. That, or she would pay an alimony and cancel the marriage. The groom's parents wanted to cancel the marriage, but thanks to Vivian's kind-hearted fiancé, it was decided to only postpone the marriage. I'll skip the details, but after that, Vivian's uncle was tried at court. Apparently, he was guilty on countless other crimes as well, and was sent to prison. His mother was sent to a facility for elderly people, and Vivian never saw her again. Vivian and her fiancé came to me and apologized for what Vivian had done. She said it was fine if I wanted to cut ties with her if I couldn't forgive her for what she had done. But I also felt slightly guilty for not telling her about her uncle earlier, and decided to forgive her if she apologized to her mother at the grave as well. Vivian paid for the wedding all on her own, and even canceled their honeymoon. But after overcoming several hardships, the two got married half a year later. She made up with her brother James as well, and she hosted a dinner party with us as a way of making up for her ruined marriage ceremony. It seems they still have a lot of things to take care of. I'm glad to see that the two are happy. I'm sure Alexandra and her late husband are also watching from heaven and are glad their children found happiness. After all that, I went back to my peaceful old life of going to work and occasionally playing with my grandchildren who come to visit. My children have already grown up, and I have no intention of remarrying. I think I'm going to save up for my retirement and also maybe get better at my hobby, open sea fishing.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Sherry? Where the hell are you? You were such a rude sister for not coming to your sister's wedding. Huh? Is that you, Mother? It's been 5 years. By my sister, you mean Holly, right? What do you mean Holly's wedding? I wasn't told anything about it. Don't lie to me. I know you were invited. If you don't come to the wedding ceremony right now, I'm cutting ties with you. Haven't you already cut ties with me? What? Either way, today's Dad's funeral, so... Huh? Did no one tell you about it? Your ex-husband you divorced 5 years ago, my father, passed away yesterday. We had a wake for him last night, and today is the funeral. The funeral's just about to begin. Oh, and I'm the host. It's no use lying to me like that. Huh? What would I gain from lying to you about this? Do you know how hard it is for me right now? I'm not going to ask you to understand, but I never thought you would say I was lying. Do you not want to come to Holly's wedding so much that you're showing me this performance of yours? You really are a terrible sister. Not only do you not have any manners, but you're also inhuman and have no heart. I pity your sister Holly for having a sister like you. It doesn't matter what you say. It won't change the fact that Dad's funeral is currently underway. Don't hurt my feelings any further than this. What's wrong with calling a liar inhuman and heartless? I forgot to tell you, but Holly is also at the funeral. Huh? It's been 5 years since I saw her, but she came with the other relatives and has been helping out. Even though she's not related to Dad by blood, I would have been happy if she just had come to the wedding. She really is a help. You're lying again. Honestly, you never change. Sorry, but I'm going to block you until the funeral ends, alright? Hold on. I'll unblock you tomorrow. Bye. Wait, Sherry! Hi, Holly. Thanks for helping out yesterday and the day before that. I would have been happy if you'd just come, but to think that you would help as well. Don't worry about it, Sherry. You were way more busy than I was. Thanks for letting me sit with your relatives. I was my mother's child from her previous marriage, and now that they're divorced, I would have no way to object if you called me a stranger. But Dad loved you as well. You know that? Yep, I never knew my real father. It was only for a short while, but I was really happy during that time since it felt like I had a real dad. I see. I want to come to the memorial ceremony as well. Can I come? Of course you can. Once we get his inheritance sorted out, we're going to be giving out some of his stuff as remembrance as well. So come to that too if you want. Thanks. Oh, on the other hand though, there's something unrelated I want to talk to you about. You told me yesterday when we had a conversation that you cut ties with your mother and are now living in the capital, right? Oh, yeah. I couldn't tell you about it in detail since we didn't have much time, though. You see, once I graduated college, I purposefully found a job in Tokyo. Mom opposed it furiously and basically just forcefully left the house. This all happened 3 years ago, and I haven't met her ever since. I still have her contact information because I'm afraid of what she'll do if I completely cut her out, but I keep the chat hidden. Is that so? Why are you asking about Mother? Oh, yeah. I also basically cut ties with your mother and now only have her contact information. But 2 days ago, she sent me this strange message. What kind of message? She was telling me to come since it was your wedding ceremony. Huh? I don't have a fiancé. I don't even have a boyfriend. There's only this one guy that I dated for half a year during college, and I've been single ever since. I see. That just makes the message Mom sent me even stranger. I want to see these messages. Send me screenshots, will you? Got it. Hold on. I have no idea what she's talking about. Sorry about my mother, Sherry. What? There's no reason for you to apologize. You did nothing wrong. I was thinking about asking you if you knew what she might be talking about, but you have no idea, right? Yep, I haven't got a clue. But don't you think that we should probably find out what she's trying to do? Judging by her tone, she must have gotten into some trouble. Holly, I just got a message from her. Hello, Sherry. I decided to believe you about yesterday's funeral. What? You're going to be having a memorial service soon, right? I'll come as well, so tell me when it's going to be once it's decided. You don't need to go out of your way and come. I can't just not go to my ex-husband's memorial service, can I? What's your deal? What you're saying right now is completely different to what you said yesterday. I had no idea what you were talking about by Holly's wedding. Yes, about the wedding. You see, I need some money. What? Yesterday's wedding wasn't actually Holly's wedding, but Holly's ex-boyfriend's wedding. My bad, I must have gotten confused. What? I had no idea that Holly and her ex-boyfriend had broken up. I mean, the two of them are currently in Tokyo, and I thought that must mean that they're still going out. That's when I found the Facebook page of her ex-boyfriend and saw a post saying that the wedding ceremony was today. And so you thought that he was marrying Holly? I mean, it's only natural. I thought that they were still together. That's when I sent a message to her ex-boyfriend via Facebook. Why haven't I received an invitation? I'm the bride's mother, I told him. He replied by saying, the bride's parents have already passed away. We only invited her sister, her last remaining family. Please stop trying to prank us. Oh, so that's when you started invading me with text messages. But I thought that he must have some sort of misunderstanding, which is why I thought that if I came with you, who was apparently invited, they would let me come to the wedding ceremony. But you didn't seem like you wanted to come, so I had no choice but to go to the wedding on my own. Huh? I sneaked into the wedding and saw the bride walking around. I was furious and I approached her shouting, "Why didn't you invite your own mother?" Which is when I realized that it wasn't Holly at all, but a woman that I had never seen. She was so surprised she fell back, stepping on her wedding dress as she did. Don't tell me. The bride tripped and broke her hip. You heavily injured a bride you've never met before? I mean, I thought it was Holly. And so the wedding ceremony was canceled? Yes. What in the world are you doing? But... So, when you told me that you needed money, was it because they told you to pay for the damages you caused by injuring the bride and delaying the wedding ceremony? Yes, that's it! I keep telling them that it's not my fault since it was just a simple misunderstanding, but they won't listen to what I say. They told me that they would send me an invoice at a later date, and now I'm in trouble. That's when I remembered what you said about your dad dying. Huh? I was his wife for a period, which means that I have the right to receive some of his property. He owned a business, so he must have had his own money, right? So you're planning on paying for the money they're asking from you with this inheritance? That's it. People usually talk about the inheritance at the memorial service, right? You don't need to come. Why? I have a right to some of his property, I believe, so tell me the date when it's decided. You're no longer an inheritor of his property since you got divorced. Look it up on your phone. Search property inheritance plus divorced wife. I think you'll get your answer immediately. No way. So does this mean that you're going to inherit everything? That's so unfair. You could at least give me enough to pay off the money I owe Holly's ex-boyfriend. Shut up. You're making me lose my patience. Huh? I wonder who's the inhuman and heartless one. Dad just passed away 2 days ago. Don't make me talk about this. But I need the money. Shut up. I'm blocking you. Sherry, wait. Just give me a few $1,000s. That will be enough. Don't ever contact me again. Hi, Holly. You're reading my texts through your notifications or something, right? I've sent you so many texts ever since you went to Tokyo, but all my messages remain unread, so you're making me anxious, you know? You see, I'm in quite some trouble. It really is an emergency. I'm sorry, but could you please lend me some money? I suddenly need a large amount of money, you see. Either that or convince Sherry to give me the right to some of her dad's inheritance. Can you believe that she intends to take it all for herself? She's so selfish. Her dad was the owner of a business, so she must be receiving a fortune. And still she refuses to give me just enough money to pay off what your ex-boyfriend and his groom are asking from me. Can you believe it? Just give me a reply, I'm begging you. Holly, please! I barely make enough money as it is and have no savings since all I can do is work a part-time job. Hi, Sherry. I also got a call from Mom begging me to give her money. Just as I had guessed. I still have her chat hidden, so I only read everything once she'd finished texting, though. But I went over the chat history again, and it looks like she was sending texts now and then, even before the marriage. Regarding the marriage, though, she sent me a flood of texts berating me for not inviting her to the wedding. I see. So she wasn't lying then. I hadn't ruled out the possibility. I might have done something terrible to the bride Mom injured. If only I had told Mom about her misunderstanding. That's a different problem. Besides, your mother's accusations aren't your responsibility. Your ex-boyfriend and his fiancée actually told you that they don't want you to apologize and told you not to worry about it, right? Well, yeah. My ex-boyfriend knows about my family's situation, so he must have taken pity on me. Then it's probably best not to interfere any further. If you do something, your mom might interpret it as you siding with her. Who knows what kind of dangerous thing she'll do then? She might even hurt someone again. Oh, I guess you're right. I didn't think about that. It's probably best if we leave Mom on her own. Not that I want to help her, though. Your ex-boyfriend might have thought about it as well, and maybe that's why he doesn't want you to interfere any further. I see. I get it now. I'll just stand by and watch if they don't ask me to do anything, I guess. Yep, I think that's the best course of action. Well then, you're probably going to be busy for the foreseeable future, so take care not to push yourself too hard and get sick or something. Yep, take care of yourself as well, Holly. Yep, see you later. See you later. It seems that following those events, my ex-mother was asked to pay a sizable amount of money to the bride and the groom of the wedding she ruined. I don't know the exact amount, but for sure it was several tens of thousands of dollars. This was a devastating blow to my ex-mother, since she'd been supporting herself only by working part-time jobs. Not only that, but it was decided that there was a high possibility of her trying to make a run for it, so she was sent to work in a 24-hour workplace by the bride, who was apparently the daughter of a CEO. It seems that she escaped once and fled to the house me and Dad used to live in, but I wasn't home at the time, so the neighbors called the police on her. After that, she was sent to a department that had a stricter surveillance and even harder work than before. I kind of pity her, but decided to just forget since she was such a bothersome person.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Omar. You know that today is Alina's entrance ceremony at her new high school, right?
Oh, hi, Rina. Yeah, I know. The entrance ceremony starts at 9, so I should get there a bit earlier, right? I have a night shift that day, so I'll be coming straight from my workplace, but I'll make sure not to be late.
What? Don't tell me you actually plan on coming, do you?
Yeah, I'm her father, aren't I? Why shouldn't I come to her entrance ceremony?
No, you can't come because you're just going to embarrass us. Alina doesn't want you to come.
What do you mean I'll embarrass you guys? I mean, I went to her graduation ceremony at her middle school, so why can't I go now? Besides, I heard that it's normal for both parents to come to the entrance ceremony. It would be better if I came as well, I think.
No, it's true. It's normal for both parents to come, but there are single parents and stuff too, so it won't stand out that much. It would be better if I went alone and everyone thought I was a single parent than if I went with you.
Huh? What is that even? I know you guys aren't very proud of what I do for a living, but is it seriously that embarrassing? Besides, it's not like they're going to go around asking parents what they do for a living, are they?
Jesus, you really are an idiot. It doesn't matter if they don't ask you your profession because it's obvious what it is just by looking at you.
Huh? Come on, Rina. Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit? How are they supposed to know that I work at a factory just by looking at me?
I'm telling you, you don't understand the feelings of a teenage girl. You see, a father who works at a factory is embarrassing for a teenage girl.
Huh? Why exactly is it embarrassing then? I know it's nothing fancy like a pilot or a doctor, but it's nothing to be embarrassed of.
Of course you would say that. You're a factory worker. This new school of Alina's is a high-level private school, so the other students are going to pick on her if they find out that she's from the lower class. Besides, if you come to the entrance ceremony, the whole auditorium is going to stink, so go home.
Huh? Lower class? Just what exactly is this school you sent Elena to? Some sort of prep school? Well, I understand how she might stand out if they find out about her background, but is it really worth pretending I don't exist at all? And what do you mean go home? I haven't even went to the entrance ceremony yet.
I'm telling you not to go to her high school after your night shift is done and go straight home to our house. It's obvious you're going to stink after you just worked hours at a factory. Do you enjoy embarrassing us or something? It's not for me that you shouldn't go, but for Alina, since it's an important day, being her first day in high school and all. Apparently, Alina intends on telling everyone at her high school that her father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. If you stink of factory, then they're going to know for sure that you don't actually work at a trading company. So, do you understand why you can't come to her entrance ceremony now? Just don't go, all right? Why do you want to go so much in the first place?
Because I thought she was my daughter. You know, I can take a shower in my workplace before I come. I intend on changing into a suit before I go as well. I'm not going to go in the clothes I wear to work if that's what you're worried about.
No matter how much you clean yourself up or polish your appearance, you won't be able to get rid of the stink that's already a permanent part of your body. The one that comes from years working at a factory. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to make you any less embarrassing to us. Do you understand now? Don't come no matter what. Hello, Father. Don't tell me you came to the entrance ceremony, did you? I heard from Mother that you intend to come, but don't come no matter what, all right?
Elena, even you're telling me not to come? But I went to your middle school's graduation ceremony, didn't I? Why can't I go now that you're in high school?
That's because my middle school was in the area that we lived, so everyone knew about you in the first place. Meaning that there was no point in trying to hide it. But now that I'm going to a private school a bit farther from our hometown, I can make my own background from scratch since no one knows you.
What do you mean make your own background? So you intend on lying about yourself just to impress your new classmates? That isn't good, Elena. You might impress them at the start, but you're going to end up being one of those people that only do things to please others. You're never going to be happy yourself.
Wow, those are some impressive words for a factory worker. Did you copy and paste that from the internet or something? You see, I'm going to tell everyone that my father works at a trading company and earns 100,000 euros a year. It's not an embarrassing profession, unlike a factory worker, right? I need to fit in, Dad. This new school of mine is a high-level private school, so the parents of all the other students will probably have such high-income jobs.
So you think that your father working at a factory is embarrassing? I told your mom this already, but while working at a factory might not be flashy, it's an honest job that you shouldn't be embarrassed of. I'm sure not all of the parents will have high-income jobs. Surely there will be some people like you, right?
Of course it's embarrassing. I mean, you stink, first of all. And working at a factory is like the opposite of being stylish, and it's so uncool. That's why I don't like you working at a factory, and I don't care if there are other kids like me. I'm not proud of it, and that's all that matters.
I see. I understand. Fine, I won't come to the ceremony then. Although I was hoping that you would disagree with your mother, it seems I was mistaken.
Hey, Omar, what are these divorce papers you left on the table?
Sorry, but my heart's finally broke.
What? What do you mean your heart's finally broke? Are you some sort of teenage girl who just broke up with her boyfriend or something?
Make fun of me all you want, but I don't care what you say anymore. Both you and Elena have always looked down on me for working at a factory. I try not to think of it too much by telling myself that it can't be helped since Elena is a girl in puberty and that you're just sympathizing with her. But today was the last straw. I thought to myself, why didn't I just quit being a father entirely? And that's when my heart broke and I couldn't hold back my emotions anymore. Those divorce papers I left you are the result of those emotions.
Why don't you do as you please? I mean, you can barely provide for yourself with that meager salary of yours in the first place, let alone for the three of us. That's why I had to work a part-time job all these years, Omar. because my husband worked at a factory and barely made any money.
I know that I never made that much money, but I did my best to provide for this family until now. Not anymore, though. I'm done. Let's hire a lawyer to deal with the details of property division and stuff.
Huh? A lawyer? Where are you right now?
I won't tell you where I am, but I'll just tell you that I'm in the city.
What do you mean, a lawyer? Don't you think you're over-exaggerating? I thought I just had to turn these papers into the city hall and we were done.
We could, but hiring a lawyer is the best way to avoid trouble with things like this. We mainly need to discuss financial matters, so it's best if we hire an expert to manage things, don't you think? There's a lot less risk of there being any issue. Just sign those divorce papers and turn them into City Hall whenever you like. Well, goodbye, Rina.
Hey, I heard that you were divorcing Mom. Is that true?
Yeah, it's up to your mom when she turns in the divorce papers, though.
Nice! Finally! I was waiting for this day all my life. This is a good opportunity to get a new father, so I hope Mom actually marries someone who works at a trading company. Because then the background I made for myself will be real.
So you're going to continue telling everyone at school that your dad works at a trading company, even though me and your mom are getting divorced?
What? What do you care if I tell everyone my dad works at a trading company? Are you going to tell me that lying is bad and being honest is the best way to make friends or something? That's not how the real world works, Dad. Relationships would never get anywhere if people were honest.
Honestly, do whatever you want. I don't care what you do at school anymore. I just thought that it was strange because you're going to live with your mother after we get divorced, right? Won't your classmates eventually find out that you were lying?
Oh, I see. Well, it's not like anyone's asked me the details yet, so I'll just think of something later on.
So, is that all you wanted to tell me?
Yep. I just wanted to know whether it was true that you and Mom were getting divorced.
I see. Well, goodbye then, Elena.
Bye! Hello, Omar. I thought I'd tell you about the situation. I already turned in those divorce papers.
All right. I'm glad you accepted the financial terms of the divorce as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm lucky I got even that much out of the property division.
Yes, I added a little extra because I was the one who suddenly proposed a divorce, and it might affect Ellen's future. The money you need to raise Elena until she graduates from university is included in the money I gave you. Don't forget that. I don't want you spending it on any other nonsense.
Yeah, I already received an explanation from the lawyer, so it's fine.
All right then, I guess we're officially divorced now.
Yep. Goodbye, Mr. Low-Income Factory Worker. Hey, Omar! You've got to be kidding me, right? The factory you work at was shown on TV. You were interviewed, and they said something about you being the inventor of a new popular item and how you had numerous achievements over the years. And then they said you were going to be the CEO starting from next year. You didn't tell me anything about this, Omar. This can't be happening. To think you were headed straight for a promotion even when you were just a factory worker. I was almost the wife of a CEO. If I had known, I never would have divorced you. Hello, Father. I just graduated high school, and now I'm going to go to university.
Long time no see, Elena. Time flies so fast. You already graduated high school?
Yeah, and I want you to give me the tuition for university.
Huh? But your university tuition was already included in the money I gave your mother when we got divorced.
What? Seriously?
By the way, what university are you going to be entering?
A university.
If it's a university, then the money I gave your mother should be enough to pay for the tuition, since it's a national university, right? Why are you asking me for tuition?
I mean, Mom said that you didn't earn much money, so you could only pay for my tuition until I graduated high school. But you're still my father, so even if you don't earn that much money, it's still your duty as my parent to somehow grant my dreams when I say that I want to go to university.
I see. It seems like Mom didn't tell you anything.
What do you mean?
It's going to be inconvenient for me if you start following me around or something, so I'll explain it to you myself.
Huh? What do you mean follow you? But I'm your daughter. Isn't that a bit cold?
You see, Elena, you're your mother's child from her previous marriage.
What?
You see, the two of us never legally became related to each other since there was opposition from our families, so I didn't need to provide for your tuition in the first place when me and your mom got divorced. But since I was the one who proposed a divorce, I felt responsible for what it might do to your future. I decided to give your mother an extra 120,000 euros on top of the property division I already gave her to pay for your tuition until you graduate university and stuff.
1,200 euros? But if you can afford that much, just a bit more shouldn't be a problem for you, right? You see, 98% of people from my high school go on to university, so everyone's going to laugh at me if I don't go to university as well. So please, just give me the university tuition.
That's impossible.
Why not?
You see, 120,000 euros was a huge amount of money for me at the time. It was basically all my savings, and I had to be really tight with money for a while after that. I've only recently been able to spend up an average amount of money again. Sorry, but I'm not going to go through that trouble again.
But if you don't give it to me, I won't be able to go to university.
So where's the money that I gave your mom that was supposed to pay for your tuition then?
I don't know.
All right, then you should ask your mother about it and talk to her about what to do from now on. If she doesn't have the money anymore, then it can't be helped, and you have to get a scholarship or get a tuition loan or get a student loan or something.
But even if you tell that to me now...
It might seem cold to you, but I really have nothing to do with it anymore. So you can't just involve me in your financial matters like this. You're not my daughter. The 120,000 euros I gave your mom 3 years ago was the most I could do at the time. Please don't contact me again.
Father!
No, I'm not your father. But I do hope that you find happiness, though. Good luck.
Omar! Why did you tell Alina that you weren't actually her father and that you had given me 1,200,000 euros when we got divorced? But if she doesn't get a job as soon as she graduates high school, we won't be able to support ourselves anymore. We don't have any money.
If ever Elena comes to me begging for money in the future, you won't oppose me telling her that she wasn't actually my daughter and about the circumstances involving our marriage.
Huh?
This was one of the conditions you agreed to when I gave you the 120,000 euros.
Oh, damn it.
It looks like you understand now, so goodbye.
Hold on, but it's true that we don't have any money. I heard that ever since you became the CEO, the company's business has been doing better than ever, so you can give us money, right?
Would you please just cut it out already? Didn't I tell you that Elena's tuition until university was included in the money I gave you? It's your fault for not listening to me and using it on who knows what.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I intended to leave some money for Alina's university tuition, but before I noticed, it was just gone. So please, Omar, help your family.
Sorry, but you guys aren't my family anymore. You see, I got remarried and I'm going to have a child soon, which means that I don't have any money to spare as I have to provide for my actual family.
Seriously? You got remarried and you're going to have a baby soon?
Yes, that's what I said. Well then, goodbye for real this time. I had my suspicions as to what had happened to the 120,000 euros I gave Rina, but apparently she quit her part-time job after we got divorced. Apparently the 120,000 euros was used to support the two of them during the 3 years Elena was in high school, as well as for Elena's tuition. Honestly, what she did was more sane than I had expected. I thought that she would spend the money on random garbage like new bags or something. Anyways, ultimately, Elena gave up on going to university, but she didn't get a job either. After finding out that her mother used the money that was supposed to pay for her university tuition, she became feral and started just staying in her room all day. Rina was terrified of Elena's wrath, and so she started working part-time again. But since she only earns minimum wage and has to start from the beginning, the two were barely able to keep themselves alive, it seems. Not only that, but apparently Rina's new job was at a factory, the place she herself made fun of me so many times for working at. I guess she got what she deserved for making fun of a person's profession without even understanding what exactly it is that they do. Maybe karma does really exist.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.